What's going on, guys? My name is Josh and I am back with another NBA video. Game 1 of the 2017 NBA Finals is officially in the books, and man was it entertaining. The Warriors held a lead for practically the entire game and would go on to win Game 1 with a 113-91 victory. Kevin Durant put up 38 points and 8 rebounds while Steph Curry put up 28 points. On the Cleveland side, LeBron was able to put up 28 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists, and Kyrie Irving added 24 points. Now, it was obvious that the Golden State Warriors absolutely dominated Game 1, and in today's video, I will be talking about how. But before I get into it, if you guys enjoy NBA and basketball videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, also smash that like button. Let's try to hit 100 likes on this video, that would be amazing, but let's get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and recap each quarter very briefly. So beginning with the very first quarter, both teams started off pretty slow, but the Warriors got really good contributions from both Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. Both MVPs put up 10 points each, and Durant also had 5 assists at the end of the first quarter. And on the other hand, LeBron was amazing, putting up 13 points and a good number of rebounds as well. Now, the Warriors were not shooting well at all in the game, but what really kept them in was their success on the offensive boards. In the first quarter alone, the Golden State Warriors were able to pull down 8 offensive rebounds. This equals 8 extra possessions they wouldn't have had otherwise. Now, this was the very first big problem the Cavs faced in this game. Despite having 2 of the best rebounders in the game in Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love, the Golden State Warriors absolutely destroyed them on the offensive glass. One thing that really helps though is their ability to get long rebounds. Obviously, when you shoot 3-pointers, the rebounds aren't just going to land in your fingertips right in the paint. Most times, 3-pointers will end up resulting in long rebounds, which benefits sometimes players on the offensive side of the ball. But regardless, the Cavaliers just struggled getting rebounds. Moving on into the second quarter, LeBron finally took some rest in the second quarter, and the Cavaliers just struggled on offense. Despite Kyrie Irving being in the game, the Cavaliers just really struggled finding any type of offensive rhythm. Kyle Korver couldn't knock down any threes. Deron Williams didn't look great at all. Actually, both players finished with 0 points. And other guys like J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert really didn't get going. J.R. Smith would only finish with 3 points on 1-for-4 shooting, and Iman Shumpert would finish with 5 points, but didn't actually score a single basket until the second half. Now, even though in the second quarter Curry and Durant were on the bench, Golden State found a lot of success with Draymond Green leading the offense. As expected, Andre Iguodala was also guarding LeBron in the second quarter, and Iggy isn't going to stop LeBron, but he's definitely going to try to slow him down, and LeBron still shot very well in this game. He shot 9 for 20, 45%, so not bad shooting numbers at all. But Iguodala did a good job containing LeBron in the second quarter. Now, the deficit going into the second half was only 8 points, and that's really only about 3 possessions. So the Cavs weren't down a crazy amount going into the second half. It was definitely a situation where they could come back and take the lead. But in the third quarter, the Warriors just began to pull away, and Kevin Durant was able to knock down a very tough 3 in the corner on Tristan Thompson. Then Steph Curry came down and knocked down 2 threes that really just took the wind out of Cleveland's sails. Cleveland just had a bunch of sloppy mistakes on the offensive end, and then Zaza Pachulia had that miraculous and one where he kind of just throws it up, hits the backboard, and goes in. But regardless, Golden State was able to stretch that lead to 15 points with under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. At this point in the game, the Cavs had 15 turnovers. Now, even without Klay Thompson knocking down threes like we're accustomed to, the Warriors were still able to dominate on the offensive side of the ball. And in the fourth quarter, we just saw more of the same. Golden State did a great job holding onto the ball, while Cleveland was committing so many turnovers. They were able to narrow the gap just to 12 points, which is definitely manageable. If you guys remember, on Christmas Day, they were down 14 in the fourth quarter and were able to come back and win. But tonight, these same results didn't happen. KD and Steph Curry were able to get hot and led the Warriors to a 10-0 run to end the third quarter, and they ended up having a 21-point lead in the fourth quarter. And towards the end of the game, the Cavaliers just weren't able to make the comeback, and the Golden State Warriors were able to come out victorious, walking away with the 1-0 series lead. So now that I have recapped the game, it's time to talk about how the Warriors dominated Game 1. So a big problem for the Cleveland Cavaliers beyond the rebounding issues were the turnovers. They would finish the game with 20 turnovers as a team. LeBron, who is typically a very efficient player, had 8 turnovers, almost a career high. Now, when facing any team, it's obviously very bad to turn over the ball this many times, but especially going up against arguably the greatest team we have ever seen in the history of the NBA, turning over the ball 20 times will never win you a game. In addition to the 20 turnovers, the Cavs didn't look too great defensively. In the first half, Kevin Durant had so many open lanes to the basket, and it just allowed Kevin Durant to dominate the game in the first half. He was able to put up over 20 points in the first half, which is unacceptable for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And also, as I mentioned before, the Cavaliers just surprisingly got destroyed rebounding the ball. Now, Kevin Love had 21 rebounds, LeBron had 15, but outside of that, Tristan Thompson only had 4, and that's unacceptable for a guy who is considered one of the best rebounders in the game. Now, although the Cavs out-rebounded the Warriors were much more efficient with their offensive rebound. I mean, Tristan Thompson had 1 defensive rebound and 3 offensive rebounds. I expect him to bounce back for game 2. Now, the Warriors in this game tied an NBA record for the least amount of turnovers in a finals game. But one interesting thing about this record is that both teams tied for the least amount of turnovers record have lost in the finals. The 2013 San Antonio Spurs lost, obviously, against LeBron and the Miami Heat, and then the Pistons in 2005 lost to the Spurs. And also, LeBron has had his struggles in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. He is now 1 for 8 in Game 1s in his career. And something that's interesting is that every championship LeBron has won, he has always lost Game 1. Maybe it's foreshadowing something, we'll find out in a couple weeks. Now, the Warriors were able to dominate the Cavs on both ends of the floor, but especially defensively. They forced 20 turnovers, which will obviously result in a win in most cases. As far as my predictions go, I predicted the Cavs in 6 on Twitter, and I'm still confident about my pick. If you remember correctly, the Warriors dominated the Cavs in games 1 and 2 of last year's finals. In fact, the Warriors blew out the Cavs by 33 points in game 2. And we all know LeBron is the best player in the world, and you can never count him out. Cavs have proven time and time again that they thrive under adversity. Last year, they were down 3-1 against the greatest regular season team of all time, and they just happened to make the greatest comeback of all time. So I'm not too worried in my prediction and in the Cavaliers. So with that being said, I want you guys to let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. But the Warriors dominated game 1. They walked away with a 22-point victory, and they have the 1-0 series lead. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new, and also smash that like button. But that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.